Hello, fellow Groton residents. My name is David McBride, and I'm a current town councilor seeking re-election to the Groton Town Council. I would greatly appreciate if you would consider voting for me in the upcoming election. Early voting begins October 20th and continues for almost 2 weeks up to Election Day on Tuesday, November 4th. A little bit about me. I'm 56 years old. I grew up in Eastern Connecticut. I went to college at Seton Hall University, and then I earned my MBA in finance at the University of Connecticut. I lived in Groton full-time for over 25 years. I'm married and we have 5 children, all of whom are young adults except for the youngest, who attends Fitch High School and plays on the football team. A little shout out, let's go Falcons. We got a big game this weekend. I'll be there cheering and rooting you on. I believe I bring a lot of experience in leadership and finance to my job as a town councilor. I'm in my 4th year now as a councilor, and before that I served at different times as president, treasurer, and Director of Public Works for Groton Long Point. I have been the Finance Director for the City of New London for the past 8 years, and prior to that I was the Finance Director for the Mohegan Tribe for 20 years. All of these municipal positions prepared me very well for the role of a councilor. I'm also involved in other areas throughout Southeastern Connecticut. I'm an adjunct business professor at Mitchell College. I'm the founder and current vice president of a nonprofit that provides scholarships to students in Eastern Connecticut in memory of my best friend who perished in New York City on 9/11. I'm also involved in a family business that owns some real estate and some franchises in the area, and I proudly serve on the board of directors for St. Bernard School, where I graduated just a few years ago. My experiences will translate into actions if I'm fortunate enough to be reelected. I have a few key initiatives and objectives I will be focused on if elected. They are as follows. Number 1, continue to ensure the school properties that have been sitting unused for many years are reviewed for their proper use and for the betterment of the town. The decision on their best use should be determined by a well thought out review process that includes substantial community involvement and feedback. As a councilor and as the chair of the Property Reuse Committee, which developed a detailed plan to accomplish this, I will help ensure that a fair and transparent process is followed. 2 such properties are already moving forward, and 2 others will be reviewed over the next few years. Number 2, Groton has an abundance of ball fields throughout the town, and that's a beautiful thing. However, I'm not sure they are being utilized as effectively as possible. I'd like the council to establish a joint use committee comprised of school departments and the recreation department members to develop a process whereby all of the fields around town, and that includes the state-owned fields at Grosso Tech, which Groton residents pay taxes towards, are shared fairly and equitably for all town residents. Number 3, I'd like the council to consider establishing a town or regional stormwater authority. A few other communities in Connecticut have already done this, and it's proved to be extremely beneficial. The idea is to raise revenue streams fairly and equitably from everyone throughout the town, including tax-exempt entities such as the subbase, the airport, and the hospital. This will provide the necessary funding to implement the town's numerous coastal resiliency plans without having to raise taxes on residents. Number 4, downtown Mystic parking needs to be addressed. If re-elected, I would support the council establishing a committee similar to the Property Reuse Committee I chaired, which will be comprised of numerous individuals from the community who would meet on a regular basis and develop a plan with numerous options on how best to solve the situation to provide a recommendation to the council. Number 5, I believe when making financial decisions, the council needs to have a long-term 10-year financial plan. I would like the council to direct staff to develop this long-term financial plan for the council to review on a regular basis. When making financial decisions, such as approving the budget, considering large capital purchases, issuing bonds, or considering tax-exempt programs, it will be beneficial to see how such decisions will impact the town's financials, as well as the future mill rates and taxes. Groton residents, I am a team player who works well with all the councilors, listens to all the residents, and acts in a professional and courteous manner. I would greatly appreciate your support in this election, and if I am fortunate enough to be reelected, I will continue to propel Groton forward and ensure the best long-term decisions are being made for all of the Groton residents and the town of Groton. Thank you in advance for your consideration. Let's go Groton.